So if the talks are actually wrapped up essentially tomorrow night, would that be good?
Well, the problem is usually when we see these kind of outcomes, it's usually the poorest and the issues of developing countries which are forgotten or off the table. And our great fear is that what we'll end up having is an outcome here in Paris that looks good on paper, but that actually does nothing to tackle the climate crisis, reduce temperature levels, or wean us off our addiction to dirty energy. And of course, and more importantly, it will provide nothing in support to those impacted by climate change.
Friends of the Earth has been pushing very hard that we need a temperature target of 1.5 degrees. We've started to see some movement on that from some countries like France and Germany last week, coming out in support of 1.5. Do you feel we're heading in the right direction on that in these talks?
Well, Friends of the Earth have been campaigning long and hard, of course, for much more ambitious temperature targets than the ones being proposed, and we call for a transformation and action right now. And whilst it's good that rich countries such as France and Germany are taking note of 1.5, the problem is it could just be that they take note of it, that they refuse to take the kind of action that actually makes 1.5 real. And for them to be able to do that, that means they have to take action now domestically. They have to cut their emissions, they have to stop their expansion of coal, oil and gas, and they have to provide finance and technology to the poorest countries. Unfortunately, none of those things are on the table, so it seems like an empty gesture.
Are we seeing any progress on finance?
Not really. I mean, in the critical pre-2020 finance, we're hearing that there hasn't really been any progress in the post-2020 finance. What we're hearing is that there will be finance, but unfortunately it'll probably be a mixture of public and private finance. Probably a lot of it will be in the form of loans, which will mean that developing countries, poorer countries, will have to go into debt just to deal with the impacts of climate change. So not quite the kind of finance that we need, or the scale or the sources of finance. But still, we're still fighting, and we hope to make sure that on all of these issues that we get the best possible outcome.
Asad, thanks so much.
Thank you.